Welcome to Commander Tune-Ups. Today, we're tuning up Glissa the Traitor for our patron, Alec.
We're going to show you how to betray the mirran scum.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. If you've been here before, you know the deal. I say, we're amazing. You say, whoa, I'm going to subscribe. And then Joe says something.
Yeah, and besides, you'll want to be subscribed to this channel because our subscribers are 10% less likely to be betrayed.
Disclaimer guy here. The Nitpicking Nerds are not liable if you get betrayed by one of your jerk friends.
I'm not sure how often people get betrayed in everyday life, but if you subscribe, you're insured against it some of the time.
I mean, even I've betrayed your trust. I've told things before by accident. That's betrayal.
See,
it's not as extreme.
But I'm not like a dramatic weirdo. Sometimes I'd be like, I was betrayed.
Well, yeah, but betraying, I'm just saying, people are betrayed on lesser levels. I'm not talking about like, I went and like stabbed you in the back, but there is betrayal on smaller levels. But you're 10% less likely to deal with that.
That does leave me with one question.
Yes.
What's Commander Tune-Ups?
Commander Tune-Ups is a series where we take your patron or donator submitted deck and we upgrade it under your restrictions. Today's deck was submitted by our patron Alec, and his restrictions were $200 budget and no card over $20. So that means like Sensei's Divine
Crypt.
Yeah, Sensei's Divine Top, awesome card in this deck, not getting in there.
No, it's fine. You can go beyond our reaches here and make your own inferences for what you want to upgrade the deck. But this is the deck we upgraded, so we're going to present the final deck and see what you guys think of it. Let us know in the comments, but read Glissa, and that's the first thing we have to do. Glissa the Traitor is black, green, green for a 3/3 first strike death touch elf zombie. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, right where we want it. Green, black artifacts. This is pretty much one of the only commanders that's ever done that kind of thing.
Yes, this is an extremely strange deck. There's a lot you want to be doing here. You want your opponent's creatures dying.
Okay.
You want artifacts in your graveyard.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's the main.
Both of those at the same time is good.
Yeah.
Create loops, go for critical mass victory.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we're going to do. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get Glissa really mad.
We're going to make her so mad. We're going to trigger her every turn.
It's all about triggering Glissa, the first category.
Which isn't very hard.
So first we have Transmogrifying Wand.
Oh, this is the first one you put in. We're diving right into the nonsense. This is a 3-mana artifact. You pay 1 and tap, destroy target creature, and then its controller makes a 2/4 Ox. But this thing only enters with 3 counters, and you got to remove 1, so you can only do it 3 times.
Yes, but this deck is going to be throwing those silly little artifacts away.
Yeah,
getting
we can
them back.
Throw the wand away once it hits 0.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to do that. But we get to do it's perfect. You just pongify something. We don't care about the 2/4. Gliss has first strike and death touch, and she's a 3/3 anyway, so that's just not even relevant at all. And it gets something back from our graveyard. It's a 2-for-1. It's a
2-for-1. When you have a commander out, we want to have a commander out for all these. Next is Dictate of Erebos and Grave Pack. So we have a lot of ways to sacrifice our little artifacts. Since we're going to have little artifact creatures. Some
tokens that made by artifacts, tokens made by non-tokens, all of the things. Dictate is 5 mana, Grave Pact is 4 mana, but they both say whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Board wipes, basically.
This is an insane card advantage. If you sacrifice 1 little mirror token that you got from something, each player sacrificed a creature, trigger Glissa 3 times, return 3 artifacts from your graveyard to your hand. Now, there's a ton of artifacts that cost like 1, 2, 0. I mean, come on. How are you not getting
How are you not subscribed yet? Oh, wait.
Infinite value. They're subscribed. This next one I love this next one. It's like, I'm going to call it the Gourmet Bagel. Gourmet Bagel. I don't care.
Sure.
Because it's Gourmet Bagel of Synergy.
Okay. It's a saga.
It's a saga and is Phyrexian Scriptures. 4 black for a saga. And when it first enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and that creature becomes an artifact. We're going to choose Gliss every single time.
Sounds good.
Then on your next upkeep, you destroy all non-artifact creatures. So that's going to be everything but our creatures, hopefully.
More or less, aside from maybe a couple solemn simulacrums.
Yeah, hanging around. Maybe there's some random things. But after that, you exile all graveyards for your opponent.
Yeah, your opponent's graveyards are now gone. That is the most relevant in Commander, whereas in Limited and Standard, it was, okay, just get to the board wipe. This one's like, I'm going to keep my Glissa, I'm going to blow up all your stuff, and then I'm going to nuke your resources.
If you have just 5 things in your graveyard, when this goes off, you get so much back. You get Glissa, 5 things back.
For every creature that dies, Glissa says, hey, check your graveyard because you're about to get some junk back.
No, absolutely It's so good. It's so awesome. It works so well with this deck.
I love these powerful bulk mythics that get to go in decks and be one of the best cards in the deck. It's so much fun.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, the next one is just a rare, though. So it's Massacre Girl. 3 black for a 4/4 menace. When she enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. And then whenever a creature dies this turn, do the same thing again. Everything gets -1/-1. So everything but her is going to die pretty much all the time. If there's 5 1/1s and a 6/6 in play, they're all dead.
So here's what you need to remember with this card. Everything with toughness 3 or less is going to trigger Glissa.
So if there's 5 1/1s, a 2/2, a 3/3, and Glissa, all 8 of them are going to die before or during when Glissa dies. So you're going to get the full 7.
Yeah, as long as they're not your creatures.
Yeah, assuming they're not yours.
We're assuming opponent's creatures are dying, which is what Glissa cares and what she gets triggered by.
Glissa gets so mad when you kill your opponent's creatures.
I'm so angry.
It's probably the mirran part. She's like, no, killing is wrong. But she's not mirran. She's Phyrexian.
No, she was mirran.
She was seeking the sun, but not anymore. What is the next and last card in this category?
The last card for triggering her is Windgracious Judgment. This is a 5-mana instant, 3 black-green. For each opponent, you destroy target non-land permanent they control. So you can choose 3 creatures, destroy 3 creatures, get 3 things back from your graveyard. All these, there's so much advantage to be gotten with this card. If your deck is built around Glissa, which is what you do when you have a commander.
I recommend that, yes.
Yes, which is what you do when you have a commander, then the deck is just going to get so much value so easily.
And she's only 3, so I don't feel too bad casting her for 5, and then for 7, you got to set it up, but you can still get there.
I mean, even then, but you just play her for 3, and then she probably untap. Who's wiping the board on turn 3? Maybe some spot removal spells, but
well, that's how you're killing stuff. This is how you start to snowball and just pull way out in front of everybody else.
Yeah, this is
junk to get back.
This is junk to get back, as BC just said.
I did. First, we'll just run it. We'll just jump into it. We got a bunch of these. There's cheap, tiny artifacts that don't cost much and draw you cards. Urza's Bauble, Mishra's Bauble, both cost 0. You sack them, you draw a card at the next turn's upkeep. Glissa says whenever something dies, you basically just draw a card if you have one of these in your grave.
Yeah,
it's free. It's free to cast. Kill them at sorcery speed. Take the tempo hit and then just play your 0 mana and get the card right back.
Yeah, these being 0 mana is so awesome. They replace themselves so easily. There's a million ways to buy it in the deck. It's not just Glissa. Believe me. There is Glissa and then about 25 other ways to get it back.
And then these might be some of the best cards in the deck actually too. If you start getting chains with, we have Scrap Trawler in this deck and even stuff like Mirror Retriever and Junk Divers dying. Getting artifacts back, these are some of the easiest ones to get back.
Well, we're going to get into those in a different category from this one.
Soul Guide Lantern is 1 mana for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. Sack it to exile all opponent's graveyards. That's pretty nice. Or you can just pay 1 and sack it to draw a card.
Yeah, so that's awesome. There's the other thing with this card, another card just like this in the deck, Nile Spellbomb's in here.
Nile Spellbomb, perfect. You nuke 1 person, but then when it dies, you pay black and draw a card, and then you're going to get an artifact back, so you can draw another card.
Yeah, it's just a nice little combo. Another one not on here, Mindstone, which if you're really stretching because you're not drawing the best artifacts, put that in your graveyard.
It's ramp that can also be card draw. That can also be more card draw with Glissa. Super great. Expedition Map. We're going to go over this one quick because there's a couple sweet targets. It's just 1 mana artifact, 2 sack it, search for any land, put it in your hand. And that's usually not too stellar in green-black or they're just trying to get Cabal Coffers. But in this one, we're getting like Buried Ruin, Inventor's Fair, Castle Lockthane. We'll just throw those on screen because we ain't got time to read a million cards.
I mean, you can put Inventor's Fair is really awesome in a deck, or Inventor's Fair. Adventurous Fair is obviously very awesome in a deck where you can abuse Adventurous Fair when you have 25, 30, 40 artifacts.
So awesome, I'd say we want to tutor it out with Expedition Map.
Yes. What I was saying is Expedition Map, when it can be repeated and used over and over again, that's when it really starts getting good.
Starts to get pretty silly.
Next, we have Ichor and Mycosynth Wellspring. One comes in, gets you a basic land. The other one comes in and draws you a card. And when they die, they both do the same thing.
Both do the same thing. So you can draw 2 cards, you get 2 basic lands. Sometimes the basic land is the same thing as a card, except it's your best draw because you're low on lands.
Yeah, exactly. Golden Egg comes in, draws you a card. Then it can...
Right away.
Yeah, and then it can filter mana, or instead of filtering mana, you could sack it to gain 3 life because it's a food.
It is a food. The gain 3 is probably the mode you're going to use the most. Just bolster your life total a little bit. Why not?
I mean, switching the mana over is free to put in your graveyard. So
right.
Think about that. As long as you have 1 mana, which you filter that mana into a different color mana,
or the same color. It's kind of like pay 0, put this in the graveyard, now you can get it back again.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's totally useful and totally awesome because you can just throw it away without having your sack outlets out.
Yeah. So the best way to snipe creatures though, to get that junk to get back and triggering Glissa, she gets real mad when you play Executioner's Capsule. Black for an artifact. You can pay 2 and a black and sack it to destroy target non-black creature. Well, when you sack it, it's in the graveyard. And then when you blow something up, you can get back Executioner's Capsule. How about that?
It's a really nifty combo in this deck.
Machine gun stuff down with this random shards of Alara common.
Wow, yeah, it is just a random common, but it's totally the capsules are meh, but this one in this deck is like so stellar.
Yeah,
There's only
3 of them. The blue one draws cards, and the white one is, I don't know. You know what? Oh, the white one is actually naturalized.
Yes, it is.
So the white one would actually just all go in this deck, but let's just digress on that one. Next up, we got Sylvok and Moriok replicas. They're just both 3 mana for dorks. You can pay green, sack the green one. Well, the green colorless one. Naturalize something. The black one sacks for 1 and a black, and you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life.
Yeah, pretty simple. These are just, again,
they're slow, but they're gonna get you advantage eventually. Plus, if you can reduce the cost to cast them with cards like Ugin, the Ineffable, and Foundry Inspector, they start getting real good.
The Ugin that never has sex, the Ineffable.
He's the Ineffable.
Yeah, you're just not doing it.
Joke landed. Move on.
Yep. Joke landed.
I said that.
Move
that
on.
was the sign. Oh, right. Burnished Heart, 3 mana for a 2/2, pay 3, sack it. Search for 2 basics, put them into play tapped. This is an artifact deck, so we're breaking the rule of no Burnished Heart in green.
Yeah, I mean,
same with Sad Robot, also in the deck.
Yeah, these are things you normally don't want to put in green, but again, you can reduce artifact cost, and they're repeatable with Glissa so easily.
I mean, show me the Cultivate I can repeat. Maybe then I'll put it in. Show me the Artifact Sorcery.
So this deck does a lot of the same. It's a lot of repeating artifacts,
right? Getting
them again, triggering Glissa, getting an artifact, doing it again.
Check your boxes. Do I have a way to kill creatures? All right. Do we have an artifact to spam? Okay. Now we're doing something. Then that gets you to the critical mass where you start winning the game.
So there's a million ways for this deck to go off.
Millions.
I could never list them all in this video. There has to be, I would wager my money on well over 15 infinite different combos.
I would not make that video. I don't want to, you're not going to sit through this, but let's get through what we kind of, the outlines for them.
Yeah, the main ones are going to involve some combination of KCI, which is Core Client Aria Works. You can pay nothing. Well, it's a mana ability. You sacrifice an artifact, you get 2 generic mana.
What is the type of KCI? What card type is that?
It's an artifact.
Okay. What's the mana cost?
It's a 4 mana artifact.
Okay. Those are the things they need.
Mirror Retriever is a creature artifact.
For 2 mana.
For 2 mana, it's a 1/1.
What does it do?
When it dies, you return another artifact from your graveyard to your hand.
All right.
And Scrap Trawler is a 3 mana artifact. And whenever an artifact dies, you can return an artifact from the graveyard to your hand that had converted mana cost less than the artifact that died.
It's a 3/2. We're just going to start reading cards together.
Yeah, it's 3/2. I was going to say that, but you didn't give me a chance.
I would say power tough is at the end.
Those cards by themselves already create an infinite loop that is super easy to go off with.
Mirror Retriever and Scrap Trawler both get each other back when you sacrifice them. So if Scrap Trawler costs 2 or less and Mirror Retriever costs 2 or less, you make infinite dies, enters, triggers. Add a 0-drop to the mix, and now you just have infinite mana. KCI's out, Scrap Trawler's out, Scrap Trawler dies, gets back, let's say Mishra's Bauble, Mirror Retriever. Play Bauble, sack it for 2 mana, play Retriever for the 2 mana, sack it for 2 more mana, gets back Bauble and something else if you even have it. Well, you're going to get back Scrap Trawler, because then Scrap Trawler is going to come down, use the 4 mana down to 1 mana that you have. You're going to sack that for 2 mana. Then you're going to get back Mirror Retriever and a Bauble. Then you're going to play Bauble, and you're going to sack it for 2 mana. Then you're going to play Mirror Retriever, and you're going to sack it for 2 mana and get back Bauble, and then just blah, 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 blah.
So, yeah, Disciple of the Vault by Marionette Master both pay this off.
Yeah, I probably jumbled some of those words, but you kind of get the idea.
Yeah, or Zuluper Kato. All 3 of those just absolutely pay this off.
Any Death Trigger and Marionette Master. Yep.
There's just a million versions of this combo in this deck. You can replace one thing with another thing.
Ashnod's Altar for KCI, Retriever and stuff for Junk Diver. You get it. Ugin the Ineffable comes down, everything's free all of a sudden.
Yeah, you just got to figure out what the combos are.
You do you.
Yeah, this again. If we went over all these combos, you would just be so bored.
You're already teetering.
Yeah, you'd be like, wow, Scrap Trawler. Well, okay, and with 4 other cards, okay, that's infinite. Mirror Retriever with 4 other cards, okay, that's infinite. KCI with
KCI's
1
a
card.
Magic card. What? Crazy.
Yeah, who would have thought?
So let's get into like the more spicy ways to win. Shall we make a deposit?
Me and BZ are about to, the Nitpicking Nerds, aka, make a deposit in the Jank Bank, baby.
Welcome. There's 5 cards here, and they're gonna go infinite, and it's really jank. So be careful. Don't come here looking for competitive.
Yeah, this is absolutely janky, but so got to be my favorite combo in a while.
Yeah, let's run these down and read them all real fast, and then we'll see what happens. Acorn Catapult, 4 mana artifact, 1 tap. Acorn Catapult deals 1 damage to target creature or player. That creature's controller or that player puts a 1/1 green squirrel creature token onto the battlefield. Karn Silver Golem, 5 mana 4/4. Whenever he blocks or becomes blocked, he gets -4/+4. Oh baby! But the real ability, Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost until end of turn. Thornbite Staff, one of our favorite equipment. 2 mana for a tribal artifact, shaman equipment. A quick creature has 2. Tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And most importantly, whenever another creature dies, untap this creature. Whenever a shaman enters the battlefield, you can attach to it. That doesn't matter. Equips for 4. And then Ashnod's Altar, 3 mana artifact, sack creature, add Wingding, Wingding. Zulapur Cutthroat, we already said 2 mana 1/1. Whenever something you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Those are the cards. What do they do?
Okay, so now we have all these on the battlefield. We'll assume we spent the
Nailed it. We nailed it. We got them all in play. Don't even worry about how that happened.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We now take Karn Silver Golem. We pay 1 mana to turn Acorn Catapult into a creature.
All right, thanks, Karn. You now do nothing. That was your purpose.
We'll assume Acorn Catapult has been on the field for at least a turn because it doesn't have Summoning Sickness.
Yes.
So we need that to be true. We then take Thornbite Staff, pay the 4 mana to equip it. I know what you're thinking. That's already 5 mana.
We're not even close to done.
Now Acorn Catapult is on top of the
Thornbite Staff.
The Thornbite Staff. So it's equipped.
Your catapult's holding a staff.
So you take the catapult, you pay the 1 mana, and you catapult yourself in the face.
You hit yourself. Okay.
So now you're down 1 life, but
Trigger, make a 1/1.
Trigger, you make a 1/1. Now you sacrifice that 1/1 to make 2 mana.
Okay.
All your opponents lose 1 life, and you gain 1 life.
All right.
You untap your catapult
Because a creature died.
because a creature died, and that's what Thornbite Staff says to do. You pay 1 of that mana. Now you ping yourself again. Well, you're not hurting yourself because
You profit 1 mana and 1 damage to your opponent each time. So you're either going infinite if you don't have exactly Cutthroat. I don't know what you would have, but you could go infinite with mana, but you're probably just going to kill everybody. They're going to lose infinite life, and you're going to net 0.
Yeah.
Internet.
yeah, if
Sponsor.
you what
Net 0 internet.
Net Zero Internet sponsor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is you got to be careful because you do need a way to gain life. So you do specifically in this combo need Zulapur Cutthroat because otherwise you can't just ping yourself for free all the time.
Blood Artist is the same thing. You can go more hard on this nonsense if you want to equip staffs to catapults and then win with aristocrats.
This is an absolutely completely silly way to win. But the idea of animating a catapult, you turn it into a creature, you give it this like powerful staff.
Well, acorn catapult is already nonsense. You throw an acorn at something, they're like, ow. And then the acorn is presumably on the ground where it attracts a squirrel every time.
It's so fun. And the squirrel joins the side of whoever.
They're like, oh, thanks for the acorn, man. Who are we fighting?
Yeah, it's so good.
Who am I killing?
It's absolute complete nonsense. Also, it's just, to be fair, it's also just really, 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 really awesome in this deck because you can just go tap the catapult. Like, okay, let's just say it's another, like going back to janky combos. It's creatured up and it's got Thornbite Staff. You can kill a 1/1. It untaps. Now, any amount of 1 mana, you can keep killing.
Yeah, you can keep sending 1/1s to their doom.
Actually, another infinite combo.
Oh, what is it?
We get to go infinite again.
With-
Catapult is again turned online.
Yeah, your catapult base. Your baseline catapult setup. We're just going to call it the catapult
The
setup.
catapult setup. Silver Golem is turned into a creature, and Thornbite Staff is equipped to it. Your opponent has a 1/1 creature, and you have Glissa.
Yeah.
Now you ping the 1/1, it dies, untaps,
Oh, get back your 0 mana thing.
get back a 0 mana thing, play it, sack it for 2 mana. Now you
KCI.
Now KCI or Ashnod's Altar.
Well, if it's a creature.
Oh, yeah, we don't have an Orthopter. So
Yeah,
it
no
doesn't.
Orthopter.
It has to be KCI now. So now you can infinitely go off and make infinite mana.
I am glad we cut a category for this one because I just knew we were going to spend a million years talking about. We're never going to get out of the jank thing. We're stuck here.
That second combo. These combos are amazing.
Go to the CDH Reddits and start talking about the catapult setup, and we'll get a bunch of views on
Like,
this.
think about this. Okay, you start with you have Karn Silver Gold. Let's think about this from a flavor perspective. This is gonna be great.
One more flavor rundown, then we can
Come
actually
on,
get on.
Karn
with the
Silver
video.
Golem, the pacifist, turns your catapult into a creature.
Mhm.
It's alive. It's a living being.
Mhm.
You now use that catapult and give it a staff, like I said.
Mhm.
It's powerful. It's got a staff.
Mhm.
It starts flinging acorns.
Yeah.
And now every time the acorn kills something, it just does it again. And it just keeps flinging acorns because it's whatever the staff's doing.
The catapult's going to get nauseous.
Yeah, it flings them nonstop. It's so good. And then you just use like an altar and a ritual of some kind, I assume, to make mana.
Yes.
It's so silly.
It's quite silly.
I have
But the part about this combo we haven't gotten to is none of these cards are egregiously bad. They're all playable. So putting each one in your deck is not that much of a hit or miss or a loss. So they're all going to come together eventually, 1% of the time, and completely annihilate your opponents.
oh my gosh. How mean is the catapult now? Think if with the tapping, it throws an acorn, a squirrel comes, then it throws an acorn at that squirrel to kill it.
Yeah.
And then another squirrel comes. Like there's just an infinite pile of dead squirrels and acorns that just keep piling up.
No.
They just build
That's
up
sad.
until there's infinite dead squirrels and infinite acorns.
I'm very happy to say that was the deck. Let's go into the next part of the video with no more deck tech stuff. We're going to thank who makes this video possible.
Yeah,
This video was weird.
This video is awesome. This video was brought to you by all of our patrons. They're all awesome. We love them as much as we can without making them uncomfortable. If you want to join them, you can have it at patreon.com/user/nitpicking nerds. And there you will find all of our patron tiers. You can join one of them and get some awesome perks.
They're all bread-based, in case you were wondering.
Obviously.
I've tantalized them now. They're like, bread-based? I like bread.
Everybody likes bread.
We also like bread. And 2 more ways to give it to us, either directly or indirectly. One of them, buymeacoffee.com, digital tip jar, directly to us. Indirectly, go to tcgplayer, link in the description, navigate from that link to whatever you want to buy. Indirectly, your purchase that goes as normal gives us money because you got there through us.
Yes, and all the bread that we make, we put back into the channel to make this channel bigger, better,
Even
faster,
more
and
bread-based
stronger.
tiers.
That's our goal. Is
Even more bread-based tiers.
It's
all
everything.
of the bread.
Everything is bread-based. So time for a tidbit of our life. I went last time. It's your turn.
Bread is like 50% of my diet. That's how I got so skinny. That's how I stay like razor thin.
I constantly tell Beezy I can't wait till his metabolism catches up with him.
It never has. It never will.
It never
I'm just
has.
going to be skinny forever.
You're 23, right?
I'm 23.
You're
That's
20
a tidbit too, because they definitely don't know our ages.
You're 23. I'm 29. His metabolism will catch up with him one day. His diet of all bread.
50% bread.
It's 50% bread.
You're misrepresenting me.
25% McDonald's. And
I had McDonald's. This is the first time in like a month and a half.
I know.
He's being feces-ish.
Well, we eat McDonald's less right now because we're indoors so much. But when we
On the
usually
way to F&M, it's right there.
once a week at F&M, we're like, McDonald's,
I didn't
Burger
really
King,
eat anything before
Arby's.
leaving.
There's really a lot of places to go.
That's why we're thinking Arby's all the time.
Yeah, we're always thinking Arby's. It's so expensive though.
Arby's is like, oh my God. If
If
they're
it
going
were-
to sponsor us, we could use all of the sponsorship money and still not even pay for one Arby's meal.
If Arby's would sponsor us, that would be the greatest thing of all time.
It would
Because
be weird.
if I could just get free Arby's, I would eat so much Arby's.
Wait, that's the sponsorship deal? We just get free Arby's?
yeah, that sounds
I feel
amazing.
like we got gypped on that one.
Well, we get free Arby's and money, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, this video does have to end.
I'm thinking Arby's.